Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to show you exactly how to audit a website for Google Ads campaign. Okay, so if you want to audit a website for Google Ads campaign, just watch this video step by step. Let me walk you through exactly how to do just that. Okay, and make sure you watch this video to the end so you're not going to make any mistake. Alright, so just watch till the end. So I'm just going to walk you through step by step. I've also written a step by step guide to show you exactly how to audit a website, right, for Google Ads campaign, so to make it easy. Like, it's a very friendly guide. All right, so yeah, that's what we need to know. So the first thing we need to know obviously is that you need to open your website, and then you need to go through certain things. Okay, so what we're going to do is that you need to understand that before you run a Google ads, right, before you run your Google ads, you should first check, right, if the website is optimized for conversion. Very, very important. You need to check if the website is optimized for conversion, right? So what does that mean, right? How do we do that? So we need to check for things like our homepage, your website headline, clear offer, and call to our action button, your CTA button. So what we are going to do is that, let me go over to a website. So this is like a website where they have like free websites we can look through. So I'm just going to show you, use this one as an example. Okay, so let's assume this is our website. It's a cleaning service website, right? Cleaning service website. So you can see this is how it looks like, right, from the outside. This is basically how it looks like. So what you need to understand is that you need to make sure that you have a clear headline, you have your offer, your call to action button, for the action you want them to take, your trust elements, which are your testimonials and results and stuff like that, past clients, and then contact info. So something should look something similar to this. You have your clear headline like that right here, and then you also have your call to action right here. I know this is not as clear, so let me try and zoom in. Okay, let me try and zoom in. So you can see this is it. For a quote, it says here, for a quote, contact us. So this is the call to action. You see that they have their clear headline and all of that. So if you go further, you will notice that they also have like some testimonials, right? So if you come here below right here, it says here what our clients say. I don't know if it's clear enough, but if you come down here, it says here what our clients are saying. So these are just basic things that the website need to have. All right, so you can also see all our services, right? So they are very bold and clear about everything. So these things are very, very important, right? These are the ways you can audit your website for Google ads, for your Google ads campaign. Very, very important, right? Then you can put in your contact info so that they can contact you and all of that. So it is super simple. You also need to have a clear offer. Like I said, the clear offer right here is that they said you can get a free quote, right? So you can get a free quote. Some people call it estimates and all of that, depending on the nature of the business and all of that. So yeah, these things are very, very important. All right, so one of the important things you need to know is that visitors should immediately understand what the business offers. Simple, right? You need to make sure that they understand what your business offers from the get-go. So they should look at it. It says here, experts in builders cleaning. Experts in builders cleaning. It says service, Brisbane, Gold Coast. This is just the location and all of that. But then it's very clear that they are cleaning business. They have their phone number right here. All right, so you want to be as clear as possible, right? So it says here, PBC, professional builders cleaning. All right, so it's very clear that they are for builders cleaning. All right, very, very clear. So what we need to do also is that once you've made sure that everything is clear, all right, the next thing that you need to do is that right, we need to check our mobile responsiveness. So one of these things that people ignore when they are honestly trying to audit their website for Google ads campaign is that they try to ignore the mobile version of your website. So you want to make sure that your website is not just optimized for computer, it's also mobile friendly. Okay, so it's optimized for mobile friendliness also, right? So which means that if somebody opens your website or someone clicks on it with their mobile phone, it's not going to be oversized, over ratioed, and all of that. So it needs to be proper, it needs to fit the phone exactly. Very, very important. These are things that you need to do. Right, so inside your Chrome, if you have a website, right, so how you need to know is that inside of your Chrome, you can right click and click on inspect, then click on mobile tablets icon. So let's try and see if you can do it. So I'm just going to click on cleaning business. So if the website comes up, right, we're going to come here and then see if they have a website. So we're going to try and see if it's mobile optimized. All right, that's what we are trying to do. We're trying to see if oh, this one is Instagram, but we don't want Instagram. Okay. um Cleaning. We don't want Instagram, so cleaning business websites. So let's see. Let's see what this one has to offer. We didn't spell the cleaning well, but what we're gonna do is that we're gonna see how it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna see if it's mobile optimized. So how do we do that? Inside of our Chrome, we right click and click on inspect and click on mobile slash Chrome here. We look for inspect. So I right clicked on my my keyboard, my cursor, and then inspect. I click on inspect right here. Right, it is super simple. So once we're on inspect right here, we need to click on mobile and or slash tablet icon. What does this look like? Now, just to be clear, this will vary depending on the device you're using, but if you come to the top, you see elements, you see console, you see source, you see network. Right at the left, you see a sign that looks like a computer and then a phone at the same time. It says here toggle device toolbar. Toggle device toolbar. Okay, toggle device toolbar, very important. Right, look at the sign, it looks something like this. So mine is at the top. Maybe it depends on the device you're using, might be different position, might be at a different position. If I click on it, you can see this is the mobile version. Okay, mobile version, it is mobile optimized right here, mobile optimized. So this is how it looks like on mobile. So you always want to test your website how it looks like on mobile, so that it is not out of shape, out of size and all of that. Very important. Okay, so these are things that we need to actually keep in mind. All right, so you need to show how it looks on mobile. Very important. So I just demonstrated exactly, I showed you exactly how to do just that. All right, so yeah, so what we need to do also is that you need to also test for speed. Very important, you need to test for speed on your website. This is one of the big things that hinder conversions, right, for your website. So if you're going to audit your website for Google Ads campaign, you need to optimize for speed. It is very important. This cannot be overemphasized, because if someone clicks your website to buy something, make a purchase, or to book an order, get a quote, and then it takes lots of time for the page to come up, the next page to come up, they might click away and go and do something else, and you lose a lot of conversion and customers that way. So very important, you need to test for speed. So how do you test for speed? All right, so we need to come over to our Google page speed insight. So if I click on it right here, you'll notice that we'll go over to this website called your pagespeed.web. Right, pagespeed.web. It is very important. So let me type it here in case page speed test. So if you come over to page speed test, you come over to this website, pagespeed.web.dev or .dev. Right, so look at the website right. So you just come here and then paste in the URL. So if I come here, all right, and then we'll come here, I'll paste it right here. So we'll just do a little analysis. So they're going to tell us how the speed of the website is. They're going to give us the analysis. It's very important you do this to your website. All right, so yeah, so you can see they are trying to take the diagnosis. Okay, so very important.